October 24, 2019, issue 990 of the transmissions coming through the Omega Communications portal. This is a time for you to expand your awareness and enter within this dimensional state of consciousness, which is you, which is the greatest aspect of you, and to come with me and assemble in the receiving area of the station of light. So do you feel the shift as you take in these words and the energy? Perhaps you feel you're gently uplifted and you suddenly are aware you're in an expanded state, away from the everyday daily activities, and you are open to the higher frequency patterns of light, energy and information in this space. We are with you. I am addressing you, and we are observing you and coming amongst you at this time, assessing the energy patterns which you are, assessing the depth of energy which you have permitted to enter within your awareness. We are speaking about energy that you are exposed to in your daily activity. The energy can be unseen, airborne, through what you ingest. And the energy also, which you are needing to absorb, is from the patterns and frequencies of light through your central sun, through the portal, through your known sun. And so all of this is observed in the depths of your energy field here. And this is how we begin this session for you today. As you enter within this space, you will be experiencing a general release as you open more of your energy field in a conscious way, so that you can interpret what you are receiving in many different layers and levels. This goes beyond analytical mind patterns. We are helping you to interpret the energy through your greater sensory perceptions. And as you do this, you will be aware of the beings who are around you in this state. Indeed, those beings do include people you are familiar with, consciously living the life that you are living at present. And there may be beings you have some attachment with who are no longer in the flesh beside you, and yet their essence and their presence is very strong and familiar to you. So these are many of the energy systems which are visible in this state as you become aware of this. Now also become aware that you are here inherently to replenish the pure light energy of your entire energetic system. This is the energetic system we refer to as that from your original point of existence, your point of origin pattern. And in that point, you were able to accumulate the patterns of light energy frequency from central source. And this continues to be available to every aspect of you now, to this aspect of you which is listening and receiving here in this dimensional field where we are with you. You already have a great deal of the informational pattern and sequences to be revealed for your assistance into the overall expansion of consciousness around planet Earth currently. Reminding you, of course, that this is always present because you are present. And the presentation of you into the current physical form and life pattern is to bring in the higher ultralight patterns through you into you. We remind you of this. We understand the difficulty that you have when you entered into the layers of density that exist within this planet named Earth that you are present within. We understand that. We observe that. And you indeed created the pathways for you to rise above that, back to reconnect with the pure element of the origination pattern for life. Every time you do this and you achieve that reconnection, you feel the realignment, the attunement to that energy system. And this is needed for you in the very essence of you, in the cellular essence of you, structurally in this time. You have done this work in previous patterns of life that you experienced. So you are doing it again here, and because in this presentation there is no time definition, you will be achieving this with your intention in all framework dimensions you have existed in and continue to exist in. You are one with that essence of creation. So when you return to that knowledge of oneness, there is an adjustment period, and in that adjustment period of the reconnection, you then are able to observe what you are experiencing in your current time frame, and in observation you are bringing the pure light of pure intentional creation into what you are observing. You therefore will observe change and many new constructs and essences and impulses. The concepts are all there from that original pattern of life. You are not alone in receiving this. Many people are receiving this in different ways, which are appropriate to their current level of realization and what they allow themselves to interpret and to receive. And in the station, we who present this to you are not alone. We have many dimensional beings coming in, presenting information which can be helpful to the process you are experiencing. And amongst those are the ones that you recognise already presented to you in these visitations to the station. Therefore, move with us now into the greater communication chamber in which the Council of Light is present and overseeing and communicating with many different galactic beings representing different galactic stations, and the ones who travel into the existence momentarily and then continue elsewhere. This happens because time is not measured here. You are in an encapsulated moment of full expression and connection with the councils of light. If it is in your core essence here of some disturbance, the Council of Light are already recognizing this and will consider any appropriate information to assist, to make adjustments or to clear. Now, those adjustments or clearances come through your consciousness field, and you are functioning in many different dimensions, and so this is how this is possible. You are functioning in the dimension with the councils of light, and they manifest not as generally individual personalities in this state, because they are so much connected with source energy that it is not appropriate to be individualized. So their overall appearance is of oneness, of sameness, of one type of entity. This is for the purposes of what you are experiencing in this moment. And of course, they can change and you can change. It is an open pathway or portal for you to remember patterns of experience. You are being infused in this encapsulating field you are in with the energy defined as upliftment, because you have ascended into the state. An aspect of you will maintain this ascension state. And then there are other aspects of you which will return to your physicality surrounding that and infusing it with the pattern that can be readily accepted in the current state of the physicality. And that is affected by the environment, by the gravitational effect that you experience, and there are other factors. Our purpose in presenting this is for you to realize change occurs with your intentional absorption of the energy you are reconnecting with. This energy also has the effect of enlightening your sensory perceptions, the mental concepts, and the emotional states. In this way, you could understand this to be a continuation of the purification, the clearing so necessary. And this is the major way that you are helped to remember your true state of consciousness and existence. So you're being drawn back again into the assembly area where we first received you into the station. If you choose to accept everything you have experienced and more beyond the words, then the purpose is fulfilled for presenting yourself here. And it is for you to allow the energy to bring up impulses within you, to refresh many of the channels throughout your systems in those energy layers that you are, And already you will have been activating and put into motion a greater understanding or a sense of a plan or an order, particular to you, because this is for you to be enhanced and reconnected. That's important for your presence in this particular body. Now, before I withdraw, become aware that you are in an individual field of energy for you. And this energy is for you to draw upon, to assimilate into all of the aspects that you are willing to change, to do with your own individuality. It is your choice. The opportunity is presented to you. So this is given to you with our embrace within this pattern of support for you. Arm out. Thank you, Arm. And the presentation with the Council of Light. In this moment, addressing you, I am known as An-Tur, and it is my sense to surround you in the knowledge that we have entered through the dimensional portal and use this access point through this station of assembly to touch upon you, to assure you that you are watched over, and we are observing the changes, and at the appropriate moments of your expanded awareness, you will be aware of our presence, working alongside you. There is great support for you, and we would just suggest that you do not get entangled in the dramas of other people. And if you do find yourself experiencing something which you may find challenging, remember the assisting light around you, visually presented as sparkling golden light. This represents the light coming through your sun, and beyond that, through the source of all manifestation. So I am happy to have presented myself to you in this way. An-Tur out. Thank you. Lani again back with you, assisting you now to step back through the layers of presentation you've experienced to reconnect fully with your physical form. Perhaps you just feel you are gently coming back, materializing again in the form that you know as you, labelled with a name. Although I'm aware we should not label ourselves by what we do. We label ourselves by our sense of energy and presence, purely put as a being of light. So this is the transmission of the information to you today. I trust this makes sense to you and will continue to unfold into just what you need for assistance at this time. Thanks for being here again in this inner experience, which you now bring out into your outer experience. So I close the portal, the Omega Communications portal, as this session ends, and be aware of the present moment, the day, the time, your surroundings. Firmly grounded and connecting all of that higher energy system into you now. Thank you.